the British Army Desmond Doss and Victoria Cross winner William Coltman. An unlikely hero. British Army Lance Corporal William Harold Coltman earned England's highest honour for valour while serving on the Western Front in 1918. Similar to US Army Corporal Desmond Doss in World War II, Harold Coltman was a Christian pacifist who refused to bear arms and instead served as a stretcher bearer. Neither man would flinch under fire. Desmond Doss received the Medal of Honour, William Coltman the Victoria Cross. By the end of World War I, Coltman had become the most highly decorated other-rank soldier in the British Army. Amazingly, this is a position he still holds today. Military Medal. In 1915, Coltman, a deeply religious member of the evangelical Christian Plymouth Brethren, enlisted in the North Staffordshire Regiment and was assigned as a stretcher bearer. Though quite short at just 5 feet 4 inches, he was able to carry or drag much larger wounded men to safety. In February 1917, near Monchy-le-Preux, France, the stretcher bearer was awarded his first of 2 military medals after an officer leading a wire repair party was shot through the thigh and disabled in no man's land. Coltman, without hesitation, went forward and dragged the officer to safety, all the while within sight of enemy lines and under heavy fire. Coltman received the bar to his military medal for his actions near Lens over a period of several days in June 1917. When a German mortar round set fire to an ammunition dump, he risked his life to help secure the ordnance. The next day, a mortar shell ignited the company headquarters, and Coltman didn't hesitate to brave the flames and go in and treat the wounded. Days later, when a dozen men were buried alive in a tunnel collapse, he went and organised a rescue party to dig them out and then aided the survivors. Distinguished Conduct Medal. Just a few weeks later, Coltman was awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal for treating many wounded men while under heavy fire over a 5-day period. Again, putting his life at severe risk, he even crawled into no man's land at night to search for those in need of rescue. In late September, Coltman earned the bar to the Distinguished Conduct Medal at Bellinglis as Allied forces smashed the much vaunted Hindenburg Line during some of the fiercest fighting of the First World War. Going for days without sleep, the brave young stretcher bearer repeatedly braved heavy German machine gun and artillery fire to retrieve wounded men from forward British positions. He worked selflessly without rest to aid the many injured, collecting documents from those who had perished so their families would know their fate. Victoria Cross. On October 3 and 4, 1918, a mere month before the armistice, the British had attacked and taken Mannequin Hill, northeast of Sequoiat, but found themselves exposed and under severe enemy fire. As they withdrew, they were forced to abandon their wounded on the battlefield. According to his Victoria Cross citation, William Coltman went forward alone in the face of fierce enfilade fire, found the wounded, dressed them, and on 3 successive occasions carried comrades on his bike to safety, thus saving their lives. This very gallant NCO tended the wounded unceasingly for 48 hours. On yet another occasion, a house in France with children inside was struck by an explosion, and he was told that he could not enter. But Coltman went in and saved the children anyway. It seems there are countless heroic stories about William Coltman, all verified by the army. King George V awarded Coltman his Victoria Cross at Buckingham Palace in May 1919. The French government also awarded him the Croix de Guerre. After the ceremony, Coltman returned home to Burton-upon-Trent, getting off his train a stop early in order to avoid a reception awaiting him there. Again, this modesty was typical of the man, who would later go on to work as a groundskeeper for the town parks. He was recalled to active duty in World War II and commissioned as a captain, where he served on the home front. Legacy. During his service in the British Army, Coltman was awarded 12 medals, including the Distinguished Conduct Medal and the Military Medal with 1 bar, and of course the Victoria Cross. Coltman retired from his job with the Parks Department in 1963 and passed away in Burton-upon-Trent in 1974, aged 82. He died a lifelong member of the Plymouth Brethren, which never recognised his military decorations as they'd stemmed from human conflict and been granted by the hand of man and not by God. I'm sure the humble stretcher bearer likely didn't give it a second thought. We hope you enjoyed learning about William Coltman's selfless wartime exploits. Please feel free to comment below, and we look forward to seeing you next time.